These are our war costumes. These are for share. These all this and they wear it during the mass. And this Ekwe mass is they call it Ojuju Calabar. But the story is that the Queen Mother fought along with his children, with his son, that's a king, against the invaders. And they were Oride, a bronze head. And there's a story behind this, why this bronze was made of him. And here we have the ivory elephant. Queen Ida was a priestess. And when he's appealing to his god in his shrine, he used cloth. And here we have a chest stone, that woman figure. There's a story. And here we have the hairdress mama. And this is what they use it for hunting. Mostly. That we keep our valuable things, either clothes, beads, all the kind of things. You can find this one in rich man's house. First note that we first Spain. And this is a tongue drum. Are you commonly used in Igbo land? And this is Agidigbo. And we have this flute, a bronze flute, and we have the ivory and the wood flute. Because this one that we call talking drum. And you have the shaworo at the head. Whenever they are praying and they are pulling the strings, to make a different sound. We have our local guitar. This one from the northern side. A nursing mother showing modern figure, showing that in every part of the whole world, a woman, whenever give birth, in nurse, in the holding days, before we have the attachment, all that. In the olden days, women have their own way of beauty. And these face marks, in some part of our country, in tribes, they believe that you cannot become an adult to be initiated. We have the twins, masquerade, male and female. In the eastern part, we have the Egungun Oja, we have the Ketu, we have Jago. And this also is a pot they are using for rituals. And here, we have the virginity pot. This virginity pot is for a lady that just married and that is virgin. And here, we have the Ogoni drum. You have father. Now, this is a male, female, this is a male. Then if someone have a mother, you should not drum it. And if someone have a father, you should not drum it. This vehicle is used by a premier called Chief Akintola from SL Akintola. And here we have the Bush Masquerade, and this is Obabibolu from Odiremo.
Here, today we'll be exploring National Museum Unity right here in the city of Ibadan. Join me, let's go in, let's check out what this museum has for us, the history, the artifact, everything. Join me on this explore, guys. So now we're bumping into the National Museum right here in the city of Ibadan. Okay, this is how the compound look like. So let's go to the reception and let's pick up our tickets. You know, we're gonna know how much it costs you today and in 2026 to pick up a ticket and explore the National Museum. As you can see, this is how the compound look like. So my first impression here, and look at this amazing sculpture. Oh my goodness, guys. Look at this. This look really, really beautiful, guys. Can you see? Very lovely sculpture. So guys, join me. Let's go in. Let's pick up our tickets and let's explore, guys. So coming into the lounge right now, this is where you pick up your tickets, okay? As a first timer, you pick up your ticket here. Can you see? This is my ticket. So let's go. Let's explore National Museum right here in the city of Ibadan, guys. I'll see you on the flip side.
Good afternoon. You are welcome to National Museum of Unity. And our topic for this gallery is called Our Cultural Heritage in Prospect. Everything also from that. Nigeria, we have been existing and we have our own culture before the European come and introduce their own technology, their own modern way of life. That's why we have three major objects in every part of our country. We have the North Ife, Bini, Owo, and Igbo from the eastern side of our country. And all these things, they are aesthetic objects, special objects into every region. And every region we are rich in cultures, and every region has its own unique of culture that is rich. And here we have the Oriolokun, the Bini bronze. This is a knock head, and this is Igboku. And here we have a terracotta from knock. A knock is a part of a community in Kaduna, and a knock is refers to as a baked clay that after they are molded, they bake it in the fire to make it strong. And these are the work of from the communities we excavated from that community that they used to display of a community that we have is excavated because we have Ife terracotta, we have Owo terracotta because it's not terracotta is not one part of the country. It's almost everyone that even going to some Asian country we see knock there. Their own knock and our own knock. This is our own knock here.
It's made of clay. Right?
Yes, made of clay. And here, this Oride, a bronze head from Benin, from Ife, sorry. This one's from Ife. And this bronze head you discover that is an excavation on the face of the bronze, showing that during the olden days, when kings wear their crown, there used to be a bead that you don't. It's forbidden for the people to see the king. It's not like today, nowadays, that you see kings here and there, but then kings don't go around. They used to be in the palace, and they cover their face. And here we have the bronze head of Queen Ada. Queen Ada is the mother king of Benin, and there's a story behind this, why this bronze was made of him. That's in Festa 77, that logo is also Queen Ada logo. That's what they was showing for the first time for themselves. But the story is that the Queen Mother fought along with his children, with his son, that's a king, against the invaders. And they were able to conquer the invaders. And to honor his mother, he made a bronze head. And also, there was a story there in Benin that they don't allow mother of king to live whenever their son become a king. Why? They believe that the mother can influence judgment. But during the time of this reigning, his son reign, he is able to save his mother against that kind of barbaric acts. And here we have this Owo and Bini sword. This sword that they are called used as a ceremonial sword. Either the chieftaincy period or maybe they are doing a New Year festival period just for dance, not for war. And here, like I said that we have terracotta. This is our terracotta. I said that terracotta from some part of religion for Nigeria. We have different. This is our terracotta. And here we have a corner head. This corner head is from the Taraba side, and they use it mostly during the time of Yam festival. As is every, they put this thing on themselves and dance with it during their festival. It's very, very big. As it is.
Be able to put this on
themselves. That's why I said that there will go to be a mixed power along with it. Like Egungun, that you see that Egungun can talk from long and the olden days. If you have watched this, what do you call this Egun?
Those that put maybe sticks on their leg or something.
No, not that one. That used to be up and down. The olden days, we have one that is just flat like it. Not like the one they are using umbrella stuff. They are using. They have more than that, but they have changed. Some people don't use a lot of jazz for that kind of thing. Basic. A lot of things going in the station by Christianity or whatever, or religion. And here we have the bronze bow, the Christian bow. This is used for ornament, women's, let me say, costumes. They keep this. You can only find this one in the richer man's house. It's commonly made from the eastern side of our country. And you can find in the rich house, king's house, in their prince or their queen's house. And here we have the ivory, elephant tusk. This elephant tusk is made from elephant. And here we discovered that there is excavation on this body of this elephant tusk. This elephant tusk, that it is a way of documentation during the olden days when there is no letters to document. that every reign of king in the Benin time, they document their history, events on this body. You know, if you have been to watch some histories, they have discovered that they use artistic work to document on the wall. Event that happened, they draw it on the wall because then we don't have letters.
This one is made of wood.
No, ivory.
Ivory, okay.
That is elephant tusk.
Tusk, okay.
That,
Is this the original elephant?
yes. Oh. It just looks like a wood because a long time you have dry up. Okay. You know, even if you go to the eastern side, oh, this is the wear on their hand, their chief, do that, they're doing it, that white is as elephant tusk. Okay. And it's very expensive. And here we have cock. Okpa. This okpa is purposely, they recognize this purposely that when Queen Ida was a priestess. Okay. And when he's appealing to his god in his shrine, he used cock to appeal. That's why it was much interesting to have it with our Queen of Ida.
Can see from the Benin.
Yeah, from Benin. And here we have the Ofo and Benin ceremonial buildings, like Opashe. You know that in Yoruba we have Opashe. When the king is not present in the party or in an event, he will send his staff. Likewise, this one, he just like sending a message. Either you are calling king is sending a message to someone that come over to the palace, or the presence of king is in an occasion. That's what this thing is for. Yeah. I have the mumuye. The mumuye is from the Taraba part of our country. And this structure is used purposely. They can use it to evoke rain when there's a drought in the community. And they use it to when there is a New Year festival also, they come out to celebrate. They use it for different type for their community, in their belief. And here we have the Ikenga, the community Ikenga, personal Ikenga. This personal Ikenga is used, he says that Igbo believe that whatever you do with your hand, you succeed. That, like Yoruba believe, like on your head, Uri. Igbo believe hand. And whenever there is the person in Kenya, the owner that person owns this person died, they break this thing to pieces and bury. But a community in Kenya exists forever, so that there's no invasion in that community. There was no war that ravaged them away. They continue to worship their community in Kenya. And here we have a shared stone, that woman figure. There's a story, it's a stone. But if you put this thing into a water, it brings a little foaming out. Not that you can use it to wash, no. It just be foaming. But soapstone. And there's a story about the mystery and the archaeology story. The mystery said that this community in Kwara State is called Ise. Okay. That their gods wanted that they should not take a certain soup, and they violate it and take the soup, and the god get angry and turn every people to stone. He said it is the first museum in Nigeria. We have a large quantity of this Ise museum, of this object in Ise museum, large quantity of it, up to 1,000 in their museum. And the other story is that the archaeologists that discover this said that it's an artistic work. That human being cannot be short as this. And because we have different shape and different, and there's a finishing work and at the back of these statues. That's the reason that the person said that it's not an, against their god. And here we have the ekoi. The ekoi is a hairdress they use for ceremonial purpose. It's from the riverine area, that's Cross River. And they use for disguise also. And they use it for ceremonial purpose. And here we have the hairdress mama. And this is what they use it for hunting mostly. And for ceremonial also, for hunting in the bush. So that the animal will look as they are the one, they look similar, that to disguise, that's the purpose, so that they can hunt the animal. Okay, you are welcome to our second gallery called Means of Exchange. This, we are talking about how our money started. Before our money, first, this is where we save our money during the olden days. We call it Kolo. And in this world, they call it piggy bank. That's what it is. And this is a chest. And this one, they use it to keep our valuable things. It's made of wood. That we keep our valuable things, either clothes, beads, all the kind of thing. You can find this one in a rich man's house. And before our currency that we are using, these are the first currency we use here. We have the cowrie and the manila. And now we now graduated to the coins, Toro, Ekini, And we have our new coins. Before we have this new, and our first note is 150 shilling. This is our first note that we first spend before we have our Naira note. And this is our new Naira note to this present one that we are still spending in our country. This is the portrait of all the money we are still spending in our country. And here, we have our numberings in the major language in Nigeria. We have the English, Yoruba, Hausa, and Igbo. Those are the numberings we have in our country. And here, we have our musical instruments. Agba. This commonly used for entertainment. And we have our shakers, shekere. And we can find this one where they are playing music. And they used to play. And we have our shakers, hand shakers, hand shakers. They are commonly used in the Igbo land. And this one used in Yoruba land. And this one are using. And this is a thumb drum. Are you commonly used in Igbo land? And this is Agidigbo. This is common in Yoruba land. It's not in it's made of, you use our tongue, and it's made of wood. And also this one is from the northern side of our country also. They used to play. And this is the pot drum. And this is from the eastern side of our country. And we have our two metal gun and one metal gun. And they use this majorly, they used to entertain. And during the old days, also, if the king have a message to pass it down to the community, they used to call attention of people. That kero, this to call people attention. And we have our kakaki. The kakaki, we can only find this one in the palace. They use the majorly for welcoming maybe visitor to the palace, or a king is coming now to aware of people that the king is how to see them. And we have this flute, a bronze flute, and we have the ivory and the wood flute. They use it for entertainment. And here we have our ganga. This ganga, they place it at you have two head membrane that you play it, but it's majorly from the Hausa land. And we have our yalu, talking drum. And this talking drum, we discovered that this thing is talking about our unity in Yoruba, in Nigeria. They look alike, but they make different sound. Because this one that we call talking drum, and you have the shawuru at the head. Whenever they are playing and they are pulling the strings, it makes a different sound. They're talking. And here, it's called bean drum, and ida, and kalagu. What we are showing that we are almost unique in the front. And we have gudu and ilu drum. And these are the drum for entertainment also. And we have our bata. This bata majorly used by the Sango worshippers. Now we can find it for entertainment now. Musicians are using it now for entertainment. But in the olden days, it's only the people that are devotees of Sango that use it in the olden days. And here behind us, we have our goge, our local guitar. It's this one from the northern side. What we hear goge is from the northern side. And this one, Ikoko, is a split wood drum. I can call it drum, but it's used in the eastern side. And that make a sound to them. And we have zita. This is also a guitar. It's also from the northern side. And these are shakers. All these are shakers, rap shakers, and they use for entertainment also. And here we are embarrassing a nursing mother, showing mother figure, showing that in every part of the whole world, a woman, whenever give birth, he nurses a child. And our hairstyle do in the olden days, before we have the attachment, in the olden days, women have their own way of beauty. And this is a way they beautify themselves and their hair do. This was just a hairstyle figure showing us. And here we have our face masks. In these face masks, in some part of our country, in tribes, they believe that you cannot become an adulthood. You'll be initiated to adulthood. All these things. And during this time, when they are doing the initiation, you cover your face. And during the procession, you cover your face, because then in those days you almost be naked when you are doing the procession, so that people will not recognize the person that are doing the procession. And after they are doing the rituals, all the kind of thing, you become an adult. And here we have the water spirit head mask. These are from the riverine area. They used to worship during the festival. And here you have head ekpa from Ekiti. And Joko-Tofofo, there's also an head ekpa. They wear, as this thing is big as it is, they also put it on when they are doing the festival or during the yam festival in their land. It's very heavy, and this one is lighter. This one is just like a face, but this one is a head one. And here we have a regalia headdress. These are used for masquerade. This is from Yoruba, this is from the southeast, and this is from the southeast also. They use it during their festival in the eastern side of our country. And here we have the twins masquerade, male and female, in the eastern part of our country. They entertain during the yam festival or during the marriage. They majorly use for entertainment, not for ritual purpose. That's the purpose of this one, for entertainment. And here, this one, masquerade, Ikoko, in Igbo lands, they believe that when father died, let me say, an old man died, they believe that the spirit is with them. That whenever this masquerade is outside, they believe that the man that died, the spirit is dwell among them and is celebrating with them. And here we have the bush masquerade, and this is only for Providence side. They just use for disguising or when they are fighting war and entertainment also. And we have this from the northern part of our country, masquerade. And we have the Egungun Oja. And in this Egungun Oja, they believe that when there's no sales in the market, they believe that whenever this one come out, it makes that it won't be a bountiful sales. And also they use it also for prayer. Whoever looking for a child, we give them child. And we have the Ekpe mask. This Ekpe mask they call it Ojuju Calabar. It's from the Calabarian area. They use it for entertainment. Before the event of the Christianity, is for these idols. But after the visitation of this Christianity, they now use it majorly for entertainment. And we have our new masquerade for entertainment. All this one is from the Gwari part of our country. That's in Abuja. Okay. They have a similar costume for their masquerade. By the American Solid ambassadors, funded by cultural representative from the American Consulate, Lagos, Nigeria, in 2011. And here, this is our port, is Aso. This is Aso. First, let me start from this way, from what lake is, what they use lake for. All this is the process of making pot, And every part of every part in the country use pot, clay for making pot before the advent of our mother pot that we are using in steel. But these are the ones we are using. These are the processing. They burn it off to heat it so that it will be hardened, not to be brittle. And These are the things they make from the clay. We have the kettle, we have jago. All these ones are water containers, and it's made of clay. And here we have our pot, isasu, for serving, cooking pot, for soup. And these are for serving our food to eat. And here we have now, this is a water disposer, before the advent of baby bath. Now we now use baby bath, but we have been using our own bath. That's why I said before people bring their modernity, we have been using our way of bathing for our babies. And here we are called it Joko-Tofofo. And in Yoruba believe that when there are 2 men in the kitchen, they do what they gossip. They call it's just like a way of stood in the kitchen. And here these are water pitchers. They use they can use it for cooking, and they can go and fetch water in the river so that they can get water in the house. That's the reason that we call it oru, call it akpe, all this kind of thing. They have different names for it. This one oru, and this one's akpe, and they are majorly used for the same purpose. And here we have our stove, the local stove. You only find this one in the rich man's house before the advent of this metal stove. We have been using stove. They put wood here and light it up. But the advantage of this stove that it gets wear away. It's not like you put 3 stones. Stones cannot wear. But this one, have a long period of your using, it will get wear away. And here we have our silver, ajure. They can use it for purposes for rituals, and they can use it for purpose of sieving our melon inside the river. That we call it silver. And this one, they can use for scents. If, like you are doing turari, that when you put just a little coal and the leaves that you want to use, you will now be spending off. Here, we have our storage. Like I said that the pitcher, we use pitcher to fetch water. Inside our storage, they can carry this big one. They call it amu. You can't carry the big one to the river. But when you carry the small one, you use it to fetch water inside. And you used to have a lid and a cup on top of it. And that cup is on top of it. Nobody there uses it directly to drink. When you scoop water from inside, you pour it inside another cup. That is forbidden. And before that, I said that before you come, we are doing our hygienic way of life, that we have been prevented of any spread of disease that way around. And here, this one is called Gokunla. They use it for purpose for storage, and they use it for processing also, like agbado, grains. You pour the grain when you are doing ogi. You pour it again and put water inside before you that's and a long period and you let it soak. And they use also for storage. Then we don't have store like you have in this modern way. This is my store. But you can store your grain in and put a lid on top against invasion of rat or whatever that can hit your food away. And here we have it's a arrow for making tie and dye. These are the finished product of tie and dye. We have the Alagbede, and batiks. There are different types of adire we have in our country. Tie and dye, adire, Alagbede, adire, leko, and onikoko. This onikoko this is how they make it. That is called onikoko. And this is ladigo. Ladigo is used for processing these our leaves. This leaf is called a lubo. Sorry. This elu leaf. This elu leaf, they use it to process it and bring, what the color used to bring is majorly indigo color. With that, we discovered that it was advent of technology that we have this kind of color, this color and color. But our major color then, as time, that is indigo. Either use indigo and white, and during the process of your indigo, your dye and dye, these are the things you use to design your clothes. And this one they used to tie. If you are doing onikoko, like see that they are tying all this on, and they now soak it inside the asharo. And if you are designed by hand, they use that what I call eleko, or they use white amala, lafu, and they now use feather to be drawing the leaves, the design. Now this feather is put inside because that you are making that thing lighter. And you now be using drawing design. And why you are doing it? You are blocking where that the color of the dye can get to. That you just you are blocking all those parts. After a period of time, after you soak and you dry it up and you wash the clothes, all the parts you block will be white. But where you don't block, there will be the color showing up there. And here we have our fryer of different types. This is a fryer from the Gari. Before you go bring their normal fryer, we have our clay fryer. And now they are using metal. They do it because this one is breakable. For longevity, that when you are using metal, it's not. And we have our under tie and dye. But these tie and dyes are used for washing after processing. And we have a different kind of ritual pot, purposely for rituals. I don't know much about that, but majorly they use for ritual. Depend on the consultation that person consult in the shrine or to the diviners. That's what they use it for. And here we have the female anthropomorphic pot. This is what they did for a year. They did it for this woman. It was a clay pot makers in honor of the herb because he died early of his life stage. And this also is a pot they are using for rituals. All these ones are used for rituals purpose. And here we have the another pot drum here, Ilu Eshu. This is for a pot drum. And this sakara. It's made of clay. You can find the one at the back of people that call sing Fuji or the kind of thing.
Sakara is okay. This is the example.
This is Sakara. That's how it is. But now they use wood for hand now instead of clay because this one is breakable. Okay. They use wood now. And here we have Aso-Oke. This is Aso-Oke that you probably believe that when the woman died, the news is not allowed to come out. That they will be fetching water in for her. Inside, you'll be drinking water from this Aso-Oke. And this is Orubeji. They used to feed twins born in the house. And here, we have a virginity pot. This virginity pot is for a lady that just married and that is virgin. That when he's married to a man, and the night of the marriage, and the husband met him intact, that is not virgin, he will go to the stream, fetch water, and the parents of the woman will receive that their daughter didn't disappoint them, and didn't shame them. But if it is not meat in intact, they will perforate the bottom of this pot, and we will now go and fetch water. Now whoever see her on the way, they will now say, it's a disgrace to the family. And the family will not receive anything. It's just to give moral.
There is this unique story behind everything that we have.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
And here, these are modern things that come out from clay. This one is for artistic work. And you are welcome. These are telling about technology. Before you bring their own technology, this is our Aso-Oke. This is a final product of our Aso-Oke. And these are they are making this. The processing, this is just showing you photos of how it's processed. And this is Baba Aso-Oke. The weaver, they weave Aso-Oke. And the instrument they use, equipment they use to make Aso-Oke. And here we have our blacksmith. And this is called prover. And this prover, whenever they are using, bring hair bring fire out of this leaf. And we call something called esan. This one is carnation shell. Yeah, and they use the carnation shell to bring out fire. And when the fire is burning, so that I have heat, each one can hold heat more than normal wood. And they now put the metal that they want to use inside here and heat it up. After they heat it up, they use this tongue, they call it tongue. They use to hold it out. And this is a hammer they use to heat it. And this chisel, whatever they want to cut the thing, they use it to cut it. And this one, they use it to stir the kernel when they are eating it, so that as if you are turning the fire so that it can burn very. And these are final product when they finish their works. We have the cutlass, they go to head, sickles, axe, and hoe. Those are the things. And here we have our calabash. Calabash used to come in this. This is a brand of calabash, how it should look like, called Groot. And when they harvest calabash, we have different sizes, can be big, can be small. And you know that calabash used to harvest on the tree. And they now use all these instruments to make design on our calabash. And here we have a relaxing chair for a little kid and a man, a holding man, they call it a relaxing chair. And this is an house pole. This house pole, how it is, depicts a lot of things about the owner of a house. If it's a rich man, if a rich man, you can have different styles. Tell you how rich man you can. If it is the babalawo, which can, what they will use to design this one will be as a babalawo house pole. They use it for house pole. And here are day guns. In the olden days, this one cannot. It's not like AK-47. It's just a short-range shooting. Yeah. And we have our chainmail. During the war, they wear this under their war costumes. And in case they are charm fail, this one will not be able to fail. That if you watch Camel, is it not Camelot? Merlin. Okay. You know they also use chainmail during their battle. So also we are using. These are our war costumes. These are for share. These all this and they wear it during the war. And here we have our door panels. Door panel also tells you the owner who lives there. When you see the Okonfa, this the porch of Ifa, and you see tell you that the owner that lives in this house is an awo, a divining owl that consults for people. And here, if you look at it, that just like celebration, tell you that the owner that lives in this house is a rich man or a palace for entertainment. You enjoy yourself. That whoever comes here, we are happy here. That is the
door design. You can actually tell who is living.
Yeah, that's it. Tell you the owner living in this house. And this is a royal stool from Benin. Those side. This is a royal stool. And here we have the Ogboni drum. Ogboni drum is used in the society in Yoruba land. Part of it, I can say it's from Jebu's part. And if you discover that there's different figures around these Ogboni drums, their posture should have a meaning to them. That's in Ogboni. As it is, they play drum it's not for party, but it's for that. And here we have the major kings in Nigeria. We have the Oba Benin, Ife, Oba Ibadan, Obi, and Sultan of Sokoto. And here we have our crown, the Yoruba crown, the bronze bell, and this was just the depict of our queen and king of Benin. And this is a royal bead. They put it they call it baby D. They put at the base of a virgin lady that's not yet married. But if it is not this virgin, they cannot use it. And this is Oba Abimbola from Oderemo. Oderemo is in Ogun State, and he's a retired police officer. He was the first king that designs royal costumes from the head to toes with beads. That is for himself, to make himself unique. And they call this on Korimagbofo. Whenever he's not putting on this crown, he puts on Korimagbofo, because kings is not allowed to open their head exposed. And this is a staff of office of a king. And here we have Ogun stand, depicting what they use to worship Ogun. We have the Oti, the Emu, Adun, snail shell, and dog, skull of dog. All this one, and they use for worship Ogun. And also this one, Imokwe, yeah, Imokwe, or Mariwo, yeah, that's Yoruba language. It's a Oyinbo Yoruba. They just call Imokwe, but it's called it Mariwo. And these are the staff of the Ogbonis. How it is you are saying it. Every figures, if you look at it very, every figure as it's posed have a meaning to the people that is member of the society. They according have two things that can state that I've heard from our guys. Okay. You saw this one that's holding two breasts like this. It's like Omuyadu, Bugwalajom, that we are unity. You are united. Origin. And here, this one, do like this. Keep our secret. That when they send a staff to their member, he knows what that staff means about whatever that person is discussing. They will know what to do. And here we have the Ifa bowl, Opele, Okon Ifa, and Okin Ifa, and Irokeke Ifa. All these the Ifa divination use it to consult. And after the work of the day, he put this inside the bowl. And what you see in this Okon Ifa, they call it Yerefa. It's a sand, but they call it. And if you look at this, it looks like cane, but it's not a normal cane. They call it Okene Ifa. Where the harvest is different from normal cane. They have the way they are harvesting this one. And this one they use when they are doing their chanting, when they are consulting, they use the Rokekefa or consultation. And here we have the Songo stood and Songo pot. This is for use for drinking, and this is used for sitting. And they have the shakers when the Songo is consulting. And like I said, that it's only those worship Songo that use Bata and Omele. But now they are using for entertainment. But these are, in the olden days, it is the devotees of the Songo that are using. And this is called Oshe Songo. And that's also is Oshe Songo. It's a staff office of Songo. Yeah. We have the Osoyin. Osoyin also used for consultation and for interpretation. Maybe someone comes for a solution for a problem or whatever. Osoyin can reveal the solution to solve the problem of that person. That is Ifa people that we interpret for that person. If the Ifa man stand between the Osoyin and the man, the person that comes for consultation, that he will interpret and tell you what the man needs to do. And we have the Sokmano, the small paws god. This is called Sokmano, small paws. In the olden days, they believe that Sokmano is the deities that can reach in society, and they appeal to him whenever there is such. And that in the olden days, that's their belief. And this is called the Bell of Zaza Ipsi, and it's from Edo. And they believe that this bird used to predict bad things to the communities that was going to come. That's what this bird used to speak. And here we have the Geleje mass. Like it's on this thing, Egu Geleje ni obìnrin ṣe kíni ló lè ṣe ló demo. That you discover that whenever Geleje come out, they dress like women. You've seen it. They dress like women. And they use it for entertainment also when there is festival. And also they use it to reveal witches in the communities. And here you have our insect drum from the Badagry. The story behind this, the story is that when this in Badagry, there was an invasion of war. And when the war was raging, the people of that community ran to the bush. And they were able to see a big tree. And they see the enclosing place inside, and they run to it. And the tree was able to occupy all of them and save them from the invader. After some days, they don't hear sound of people crying or those invaders. And they now come out and discover that the tree saved them, their life against their invaders. And they now consult their oracle, that what they can do to be honoring the tree. And the oracle now said that they should cut part of the trunk of the tree and make a drum with antelope skin. And since then, they use it for their festival. But anybody that have mother or father, if father have mother, she don't breed this. Who have mother, mother should not beat this drum. You have father. This is a male, female. This is a male. That if someone have a mother, you should not drum it. And if someone have a father, you should not drum this. I don't know that one. I don't. But wherever they are doing the festival, they start from this small drum here, and they be drumming until the spirit now come like what am I saying that can I call it that the spirit now invoke to the inside of them, and they're able to drum this one, and they'll be dancing around of it. In Ori, this object you are saying that we call it Ori, and whenever that is in Yoruba, it's made of cowrie and leather. When a man have a challenge in his life and he consult the divination, they may have to go and appeal to a head. These are what we appeal to, and it's just a depiction of the head, not that in the internal head of that person, not that this is the real head. They is telling you that the internal head. And whatever the now has to use to appeal, he will use it to appeal to his head. And here we have a Ibeji, a twins figure. Whenever they give birth to twins, in Yoruba land, they believe twins are Orisha. They are gods. And they now have a figure, object for the twins. And here we have our sleeve drum called Ikoko. We have seen the small one. This is the big one. They use it, it's called a split drum also, Ikoko. And here we have Awobi. This is when we have it's a stepper that you put our kola nuts. When you have a visitors, likewise this one, they use it for kola nut and present to a special guest in your house. And we have our Eshu. Eshu is a deities in Yoruba land, not the one in the Bible that they refer to Satan, like that one in the Quran. Eshu have existed in Yoruba land, and he is a good justice. He gives just good. It's used to be just. That when someone make a promise and he fail, or they agree on certain things and the person fail, and they come to issue and to sort their problem that who's betrayed who. This guy will judge. But the other way around, that your brother said that anything free. That we have for another thing for him. Maybe he gives someone small chicken, he will come and take big cow. That's what is the other part of bad side of him. That you don't, no matter what you ask for him to give you, he come later have for big thing in returns. That's another. They call it also another word a trickster. that you have two images that like that. You can be like this and can be like this, but you don't used to lie. Two-face. You don't lie. But we only show you justice. That whenever you don't lie. And here we have a single head drum, the female, the male. And this head drum is a ritual purpose. And this one is for when a woman is not able to give birth, and that fertility drum. They make a rituals, the woman will dance to the drum. If it's believed Romo, they will give birth to a child. Likewise, when the man is impotent, that cannot perform, after taking a lot of rituals in concussion, they will drum this, he will dance to it. If his faith hang to it, you'll be able to meet a woman. And here we call the single-headed Iluagere. When the hunter died, the colleagues will come out and dance, play this drum and dance and bring all these, his lyrics out to celebrate the dispatch of their warriors or their hunters. And here we have Orisha-Oko. This Orisha-Oko is a fertility staff that whoever that's looking for a child also can use it. But also they use it for when there is a drought in the land. This one is in Oshun, in Irawo. It's very near to Kirun. That we have this. And when they worship it, they believe that it will bring a bountiful harvest to the land for the farmers. That's what I call the fertility, and it brings fruit, like both on is fruitful. And also, it's old women that is virgin, that will be the priestess. They have never known man at all, and will never know man till eternity. And here we have the Shigidi. Shigidi also is a just figurine. Whenever you make a promise, and the person failed, and the both owner come to Shigidi and swear, Shigidi will judge the owner that betrayed, not in physical, but in dream. He will deal with that person in the dream. Or someone holds someone money and he don't want to pay. You can just come and appeal to Shigidi, please, this person owe me money. I refuse not want to pay. He will quickly take charge and deal with that person.
So guys, you've seen it all in all the galleries that we have here, but I will still show you more. Let's join our tour guide as he'll be telling us the explicit things that we need to see around here at the National Museum right here in Ibadan. Don't forget to follow up, subscribe, and let's learn more.
In Ibadan is full of warlords, and this warlord is called Iba Oluyole. He's one of the Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò in Yoruba land, first Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò in Yoruba land, and he ruled as a Baale in Ibadan land for a long period of time, and he conquered a lot of war. It's called Iba Oluyole. That we can say about it. His reign was between 1830. It's one among that formed New Ibadan. Ibadan have a lot of series of stories before we have this final Ibadan we are here today. Okay, we can go to the next. This vehicle is used by a premier called Chief Akintola from SL Akintola. And SL Akintola is second premier in the Western Nigeria. This vehicle is used during that time when he was as a premier in our country. And he's from Ogumosho land.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks. This and
So guys, I'm sure you've learned a lot from these museum, history back then, traditional things, unknown, you know. This museum is absolutely a rare gem. So find time to visit National Unity Museum at Aleshinloye, you know. For just a token, you'll be able to explore, you know, the gallery, and definitely it's good for us to know about our history. This is absolutely a rare gem. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, you know, follow along for more exciting adventure and travel content like this. I'll see you on the next one, guys.